Dr. Kirk is going to have connection issues tonight. Welcome to the Southern Broadcast Racing Network. I am Richard Hurst, and joined in the booth to join me is going to be Jeremy Robbins. Jeremy, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. I want to tell you what, it's been a great day, man. We've been looking forward to this since our turkey dash, and I'm ready to see some ho 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 bagging racing.
Absolutely. At Las Vegas Motor Speedway, where the weather is great and the sun is shining and it's got a light breeze on the track. As we are voting into qualifying, we are going to see who is going to be sitting on that pole. A lot of
Man,
nice looking cars.
there is a lot of them, man. It's gonna be pretty good. There's a lot of names. We've got a field of about 22. I think we had a couple that didn't make it. We do apologize. We tried getting everybody in, and we opened up. Everybody did have invites, so not to sound rude, if you didn't get in, I'm sorry. I have no comment box for you to fill out.
So I'm riding around with the 86 of Patrick Gaspar right this second. It looks like he has got his car all wrapped up in nice, pretty Christmas decorations. Looks like a Christmas present that you'd put under the tree and just wait to unwrap.
Yeah, I tell you what, somebody's going to be unwrapping some prize money tonight. Going to have a little extra Christmas as we're paying out. First place is going to walk away with 70 doll hairs. Second place is going to carry it away with 30. Third with 15. And
Man,
away. Go ahead, Richard.
I was about to say, I wish I had 70 doll hairs. Maybe I can actually get full price on a haircut.
I wish I had hair just to cut. You know, going bald is one of the cheapest things. Best money savers ever.
I beg to differ. I still go to the barbershop and they still charge me full price.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
But yeah, you are absolutely right. We have some cash prizes to win at the end of the race, and we also have that special gift from Martin Sports.
Yeah, and you know, they put their hands clean of it, so I took it upon myself. And hopefully there will be no tie in this. If there is, I don't know. We'll figure something out for it. But I've been screaming all day in the Discord. Race clean. Race clean. Drive clean. Well, lowest incident points, you're going to be one of the ones in a chance on getting a drawing on winning that package.
Ooh, and we don't know what it is. The mystery gift. Well, I was just looking at the roster and I thought my tower was actually acting up, and I saw a Trey Whitehead, and I was just looking at last names, and my tower said Whitehead is showing on the pole, and Whitehead is showing in fourth. I thought my ticker was actually messing up, but there are two Whiteheads in here, and I guess they are brothers. I'm going to take it.
That they are, Trey and Brock.
So that is going to be interesting to call. Whitehead on the inside, Whitehead on the outside. Who is going to take it? But yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty good race. We got a couple of recognizable names. We got Mr. Randy Henshaw in here. We got a returning is going to be, he drove the 48 in the Turkey Dash, and he's driving the number one, which is Mr. Byron Jones. He put on a pretty good show at that Turkey Dash.
Yeah, one that was in it and I hadn't seen him yet was Dustin Hall. So hopefully maybe he can get in here within the next few minutes. But he was a pretty strong contender at our Turkey Dash we had back in November.
Yes, he absolutely was. a couple other names that I recognize. Patrick Gaspar, he's sitting in that seventh position. He is pretty fast on these style tracks. Blake Henderson showing in that third position. Actually, they all tied. If you look at the counter, they are all pretty much tied. It looks like.
Yeah, it looks like Cody and Blake both sitting at a 30.17.
These lap times are crazy together. Um, you got a 30.16, 17, 17, 18, 19, 23, 24, 25, 25. Oh my goodness. That just shows, how good these guys are at this track to be, bunched up. I look to see, some high line, low line, and middle line battles going on here at Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. And we made it not necessarily an easy Vegas for you. I mean, we threw them out there. They only got 50% fuel. And they've only got 3 sets of tires to last them 140 laps. So they better make good use of those tires, them fast repairs. They've got 2 of them because we do know in stuff like this, incidents do happen. But I ran across the admins, I ran across the Discord to everybody that was in it. It's going to be the same as with the dash, or with the turkey dash we had. Drive respectable, drive with some dignity. We're going to go with the 3 strike you're out policy on this. If the admins get told or seen, or me or one of the other broadcasters or admins in the race sees you intentionally wrecking, we will park you right then, no questions asked. Accidents do happen though. That's why we're giving it 3 strikes. Not trying to be an asshole, but we want clean racing. That's how we're going to run.
And Triple Trey in the chat saying, race time, let's get it. I absolutely agree with that.
Well, they look
like qualifying.
Yeah, go ahead, Richard.
Qualifying is completed, and we have Cody McKinney on the pole. I hope that's right. Or wait a minute.
Get our mics turned up. Yeah, let's get our mics turned up. I'm having a little issue here. My speaker ain't coming up. So, Richard, we may have to just move the mic a little bit closer to your face. Zombie out there gave us a heads up that the mic was a little low, so appreciate that, Zombie. And that's going to be the 77 out there in that forward part of Wolf Pumps. Him and his crew of Byron Jones, Trevor, Levi, Seven, Brad Kirby have popped out here. So we appreciate them for supporting and coming out.
Absolutely. Every follow helps us out.
And y'all know what helps us out even more? That little sub button down at the bottom right. So I can get Richard some panties for Christmas.
Are they going to be pink?
And edible.
Sweet Jesus.
Just don't leave no cream in them.
Oh, that's nice. All right, we have a 10-minute warm-up round. Give these guys a little bit more practice. We are going to see this track changing throughout the race, so it's going to be interesting to see which line is going to be more dominant. Now, I'm thinking that, at the beginning of the race, that low line is going to be the actual dominant line, and as that track heats up, they're going to be searching for grip, and we're going to see them go a little bit higher.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty good just to see. I mean, the track's going to change. I mean, 140 laps. You're going to have marbles out there. You're going to have it warming up, cooling off, depending on where they're running at. So, I mean, there's where the whole thing of managing your tires is going to come into here at Vegas. I mean, you're going to gamble 3 sets. You got to make them last. You can't burn through them. You got to drive it smart.
Correct about that one, driving smart, and we might see these teammates that are in the race together. We're going to definitely see them working together, trying to break away from the field tonight.
While we're in a warm-up, we are going to take a moment and take a shout-out sponsor to Martin. Throughout the night, their web link will be popping up over on the right side, so make sure you click on that and do some browsing. It's a good time for Christmas, so make sure y'all check them out.
Oh yeah, I've already been putting up my Christmas list for my wife. I told her what sites to go to, and Martin's was one of them.
Well, I'll tell you what. A lot of these names, I've ran with a lot of these guys, friends with a lot of them too. And it just really shows the support that all the leagues that we broadcast actually giving back, and we're trying to give a little bit to them. They all out here having a fun race, and hopefully, attitudes stay calm, race calm, stay grown, and it don't turn into a child fest.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. It's definitely, you definitely got to be calm, cool, and collected. Like you said, accidents will happen, so pay attention, guys. Just don't get too hot-headed. I know some things can be aggravating, and yeah, I've raced with quite a bit, and I'm kind of jealous that I am not able to get out there and race. Couldn't find a commentator to take my spot so I can try to win some money, but I got the second best job. Calling the race.
Yeah, I might have had to executive decision. I don't know if I'd have let an SBRN employee take it or not. You gotta be up here with me. If I can't drive, you can't drive. The only thing we're gonna be driving is that sleigh tonight.
Merry Christmas indeed.
I don't fit down a chimney very well, by the way.
So, dude, we would slide right down the chimney.
Maybe with some butter or something.
We ain't that big. We're just bald. We're bald and beautiful.
Do we got the BB going on?
We got the BB going on.
Man, we can have our own. We can have our own soap opera. Bald and beautiful.
Well, all right, we fixing to get bald and beautiful as they are gridding up. Alyssa Page out there saying, "Let's go Whitehead." I guess she is a fan of the Trey and Brock show.
Oh, look at the Christmas schemes out there. Let's see, we got the 82, we got the Santa Claus scheme going on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got quite a few of so we can get a view on it. There we go. Right there, sitting up on the pole is number 33, who they're shouting for out there at Twitch. That's going to be Troy Whitehead. And we've got Cody McKinney, Blake Henderson, and Nathan DeRosa. Brock Whitehead, that will be Trey's brother. Randy Henshaw. Patrick Gaspar. I'm going to say something right now. Randy Henshaw is driving the 3 car. He asked me not to finish my sentence, so I'm not going to. At 11, we have got the 43 of Kyle Spots. We've got Levi McCartney, Justin Rutkowski, Byron Jones, Dylan Thomas being in 16th. Gary Donaldson in 17th. One of my favorite people from the other side of the ocean there, Alistair Kirk, starting out in the 18th, and I'm sure he's saying, I've never drove this track before.
Oh yeah, he just bought it today.
He bought it today. Then we've
That's what
got
I told us last week.
Gary Donaldson in P20, Tom Shackelford in 21 and the number 57, and hanging out back towards the back is going to be that Peaches Brad Kirby car. Oh, gotta love him.
All right, Pace Truck is making its lap around with everybody in tow. We are one lap until green.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
And we already have two people one lap down. And the green flag is about to drop. There it is, green flag. Here we go. 33 got a pretty good jump with Blake Henderson on that inside, but the 14 is going to battle right back. 33 is going to jump in front of the 14, and they're going to go into turn 1 and come out of turn 2.
Yeah, it looks like that inside line there is trying to semi-get formed as you've got them all scooting up to the high side now, trying to get in single file to run that high side to save some of those tires.
Yeah, definitely here the high side carries a lot of momentum, and like you said, it will save those tires, and that's what you're going to need to get through this race.
Well, I've heard from the 25 right there that high side gets the girls, so...
Well, if it gets the girls, why is he riding on the low lane, battling for the lead?
3 wide. This is where the shows are made right here.
What did I say at the beginning? It was going to be high line, low line, middle line. Coming to the start finish, 33 is still going to maintain that lead with the 14 in tow, using that draft. Randy Henshaw right behind the 25, riding in that 5th position. Just nosed out in front of the 61.
We've got him spinning in the back.
And that is going to be Alistair Kirk. No!
Brad Kirby involved, Alistair Kirk.
Oh, and Hunter Whitlock. But no worries. They do have a fast repair. It looks like that 51 did not get a lot of damage. So we have our first caution.
Brad Kirby took some damage on that one. So we're going to scoot back and see what he got caught up in. It looks like it may have been happening in front of him. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Let's jump back with Alistair. Oh, it looked like it was the 11 and the 42, possibly. 11 and the 42 was the initial on that one that kind of caused a big one towards the back.
Not what you wanted to see in the opening laps. Info. All right, Pace Truck is still out. We are on lap 5 of 140. Still a lot of racing to go. Um, can't really call of who that was on. Looks like the 42 was pushing up the track and let off the gas, and Hunter Whitlock did get into the 42. Um,
Well, right now it's kind of been a Trey Whitehead race. He's pretty much led every lap so far.
Honey, is that?
Green, green, green.
Yeah, we've got a little pack back there in the back running about mid from about 4th to 9th position. Well, there they go again. And they did not even get started, so they are down. Some of them's already used through 2 fast repairs. And that is unfortunate this early in the race. Looks like that was going to involve on the 57 possibly. These boys have got these first lap jitters, so they're going to have to get worked through this and get settled down because they got a long race to go at this rate. So, Richard, at this race, how many cautions you think we're going to have? All right, I think Richard's having a little bit of hamster issue. So Blake Henderson is still sitting in the P2. We've got a Trey Whitehead in P1, Cody McKinnon in P3, Brock Whitehead in P4, Randy Henshaw in P5, Nathan De La Rosa in 6, Patrick Gaspar in 7th, Brad Herman in 8th, Justin Rutkowski in 9th, and Dylan Thomas is rounding out your top 10. So hopefully they're going to try to get some more laps in before they burn up all of those tires and fast repairs. All right, Alyssa, since you're hollering for them out there, let's jump here with them.
Green, green, green.
And Trey completely did get a jump off of that. He has got McKinney with him on the inside. As you can tell right there, going about 4th through 10th, they are staying at side by side pretty good as the front three of McKinney, Whitehead, and Henshaw are starting to get some of that clean air and pull away from the rest of the field. It appears these guys have settled down just a tad bit. So that is going to make for a little bit more patient racing here. You've got Blake Henderson has got moved down to the apron and getting a little bit squirrely. As you can see, they are there on the back stretch trying to hold it as Gaspar is diving down on the inside trying to get away from the 37. Gaspar slides up just a little bit and is losing it but keeping it under control. That could have been very terrible. That would have blocked out probably from about P9 to 15 if that wreck would have occurred. The 89 and the 37 are battling it out. And the 86 submits and lets him have the 9th position. Looks like we got a little 3-wide action right here going in the backstretch as Henshaw gets it to the wall and gets a little loose but manages to hold it. Henderson is riding up on the high line very high, and this right here is where the racing comes in. You've got 85, 86, 36, 37, and the 61 de La Rosa in the mix of it all. They are staying at 3 wide, and you've got La Rosa in between Gaspar and Brad Herman both. This Herman is holding that fine line on the inside, and they have went 2 laps 3 wide. So we've got the, looks like the 31 or the 37 who is trying to get picked back up on the high side. And the 51 of Alistair Kirk has moved into the top 10 position. As it seems, Brian Jones was caught up in a few of those accidents at the beginning, so that is kind of going to hinder his vehicle a little bit. We see Tom bumped into the wall a little bit, and that's going to allow him to drop back about 5 positions. And the lead now has been taken by Cody McKinney. It looks like everybody is starting to actually settle down as they are rolling down in single file somewhat. It looks like your front pack is slowly starting to pull away. They're getting a little bit shaky right up here. We're still looking at the 3rd, 4th, 5th position in front of us, and we are riding with Brad Herman. You see him looking to make a move on the inside of the 3 car of Randy Henshaw. Or the 12 car. Oh, you got the 03 getting loose. He keeps it under control. Oh, Dylan Thomas held on to it. That was a very good save on that. That could have been very dramatic. we've got us a battle right now developing between the 61 and the 51 with the 3 on the high side. So it looks like the 86 is looking to make a move on the inside of the 51. Or the 82, my apologies on that one. Right now, your fastest time is going to belong to a Tom Shackelford, who hit a 29.95. And it looks like Cody McKinney is starting to get the start off with the green flag pit stops. As you can see, his teammates are coming in with him, and that's going to put Trey Whitehead back up on point. As the rear end of that 3 card looks terribly loose. I believe we've made this real challenging for them, giving them only 3 sets. And the 31 almost eats the rear end. Oh, that was a very close one right there. As the Rosa almost got on the inside of Henderson's car coming in, but good driver awareness on all 4 of them right there.
And it looks like our leader is going to dive into the pit and give up that lead position. Looks like the leader is going to be transferred to
Stan Carthen.
Carthen. And right behind him is going to be Alistair Kirk. And Brad Kirby sitting in your P3.
Now Kirby's doing impressive considering he was caught up in the very beginning of that incident. He was able to work back up into about P3. You know, I think we've made this kind of challenging for them, giving them only 3 sets of tires.
3 sets of tires and less fuel. They got a lot of work ahead of them. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what the pit strategies are going to be.
I think a majority of them, looks like, have done their pits for this one go around. As everybody looked to be pitting around lap 46 to 47. That was completely wrong. 36 to 37.
I was about to say, we're not that far in. But lap 38 out of 140. Pit strategies around almost 40 laps. 36 to 37, so looks like I wonder who's gonna see if they can stretch it. All right, all right, all right. Looks like we got a pretty good battle between Alistar Kirk and Shackleford in that 57. Looks like Shackleford was able to take that second spot away from Alistair Kirk. Alistair Kirk is actually more of a road course racer. He has actually won a championship in the GT3 series. And it looks like we just saw our leader relinquish the lead and go make his pit cycle on lap 40. So he was able to stay out a little bit longer and he conserved those tires. And it looks like Shackleford is going to make his scheduled pit stop also. He is slowed down on that bottom lane, dives it down to the apron. Brad Kirby is going to take over the lead as of right now, and he is making his scheduled pit stop also, along with Alistair Kirk, Gary Donaldson. So as the pit cycle through, looks like Cody McKinney might take over the race lead. We'll have to see how this plays out. Sorry, folks, I had an update that going on that I didn't not know about, so therefore my computer restarted, so I missed a little bit of that, and I apologize. But it looks like Cody McKinney was able to take over the lead, and he is followed by the 33 of Trey Whitehead. He is on the heels of that number 14 Ford Mustang, and he is coming. He is going to try to challenge the 14 on the inside coming out of turn 4. As they go to the tri-oval, he's going to try the outside, get a little bit of momentum, but he's not able to do it. But he's going to still utilize that draft. Not too far behind him is going to be that 86 of Patrick Gaspar in your third position, followed by Brock Whitehead in that 31. So we got a teammate running with Trey Whitehead and a teammate running with Brock Whitehead. In your fifth position, we're going to have that 85 Budweiser car in your fifth position. That is going to be Brad Herman, followed by Dylan Thomas in that number 36. Blake Henderson riding in your seventh position. Started off in the third position. He's only down 4 spots. Nathan De La Rosa is riding in your 8th position. Randy Henshaw riding in 9th. And Nathan is in 10th. Still a lot of racing to go. Anything can happen. But as we catch back up to our leader, it looks like they have broke away from the field almost 2.5 seconds to Patrick Gaspar. And and in fourth place, they're about 3 seconds ahead. So still a lot of racing to go. They could link up and they could possibly catch these leaders, but these leaders don't look like they're going to be letting off the gas anytime soon. Looks like as the pit stops cycled through, it looks like Mr. Alistair Kirk, he has gone a lap down with the pit stops once they cycle through. So if a caution were to come out, he would be the first car scored a lap down, followed by Tom Shackleford. But with them being on fresh tires, there's no telling. They might be able to catch the leader. As we can see, it doesn't look like he's too far from the leader. Back up to the front, 14 car is still dominating. He still has no room to breathe. That 33 car of Trey Whitehead, he is all over him like white on rice. as we see the 37 of Justin Rakowski. He's looking to get one of his laps back the hard way, and he was able to complete the pass. And now he's being scored 2 laps down. Like I said, 48 out of 140 race laps. Still anything can happen. Yeah, 40 races.
Yeah, we're gonna have 140 races tonight.
I think we've caught about 140. Feels like it at least.
I tell you what, in February it's gonna be real picked up. So everybody, make sure you have got us followed, as we're picking up about 3 leagues are gonna be starting, and it's gonna be hectic starting in February.
Absolutely, we definitely got a busy schedule, and we'd love for y'all to come out, watch these guys battle it out.
And that's one thing that some of these guys here are in some of the leagues we will be broadcasting. We've got some with the IVRL. As we're riding with Cody McKinney. It was actually the IVRL Truck Series champion this season. So he is going to look to try to carry that on into the Cup Series starting in February. Then let's see, who else have we got in here? We have got Mr. Blake Henderson. He's part of our HTL league. Runs on Mondays. I had to think there for a minute.
Well, looks like Cody McKinney has been able to get a little bit of breathing room, but the 33 is not done with him yet. He was back about a half a second, and then he is caught back up with the leader within 0.3 seconds, which that should give him a little bit of that draft if he tucks in right behind him, which he does. They are still currently running about 2.1 seconds ahead of Herman, and about 2.2 seconds in front of the 86 of Patrick Gaspar.
Yeah, we're going to ride right here on the hood with a little bit with the 31 car, Brock Whitehead. He's giving us a pretty good battle up here with the 3, 4, and 5 position.
Yeah, definitely all these guys are putting on a pretty good show, which we wanted the best, and we got some of the best on the track tonight. As it looks like what is that, the 83 is that? No, that's the 03, I'm sorry.
03. And we're looking off the back bumper of Brock, and you can see the battle between Dylan Thomas and Patrick Gaspar, both going down through the back stretch.
Yeah, they were door to door. I mean, you probably couldn't even slide a piece of paper in between those two cars. That's how close they were.
Hey, somewhere else it looks like we're getting a good battle going on, and that's with Blake Henderson.
Yes, he was riding in that 7th position just not too long ago, and it looks like he has dropped 2 spots.
Well, they're all having to try to figure out a new line to run. I mean, the tires are wearing. You can see them barely bumped into the wall and hit it again. Those tires are wearing out. I mean, like we said, we made it a little bit challenging for them. We gave them only 3 sets. So they've got to make it stretch around 40-ish laps. 45 maybe.
That's definitely a challenge, and all these guys accepted that challenge. So we're going to see who has what it takes to be the number 1. But I think Cody McKinney has found something on that bottom line, because he is able to get a pretty good run off of these corners running that low line. And as we can see, the 33, he runs a little bit higher, but he is trying to run the line and find what Cody has found.
Yeah, as you can see, them two are starting to pull away from P3 through 6. So they nonchalantly working together, following each other's lead.
Wouldn't count Brad Herman out. He has tracked him down. He was about 2 seconds back, and he is cut off about a half a second. So he has found a little bit of speed out of his hot rod also, and he's looking to put that number 85 Budweiser up front.
You can buy a lot of Budweiser with $70.
Oh yeah, this Bud's for you. You know, I drink a lot of Monsters throughout the day, and I have come to find out it's cheaper to buy beer. Oh, as a 03 is glitching just a little bit as he's battling. Dylan Thomas is battling with Brock Whitehead. He is on the back bumper like white on rice, like bees on honey. He wants that number 4 position so bad he can taste it. And who is in tow? Patrick Gaspar. So he is looking to capitalize if Dylan Thomas can make that pass. And the one good thing about this race is nobody has made it to their own continent. Nobody has their own zip code. It's somebody running with somebody on this track. Las Vegas can be challenging, but it can be fun. It can be a pack track as well as a solo track.
You keep seeing the 03 of Dylan Thomas. He keeps trying to peek around the 31 of Brock, trying to find a line to get him on. So he may be trying to devise a plan here as he's got Gaspar right there behind him.
Yeah, this is definitely a pretty good battle to be watching. As we have a new leader. It looks like Cody and the 33 of Trey Whitehead have made it into the pits. And that puts Brad Herman up front as your leader with Dylan Thomas in that 3rd position. Patrick Gaspar, Dylan Thomas in the 2nd position and Patrick Gaspar in your 3rd.
Yeah, we're almost about halfway there. We're about 8 laps from being halfway. And other than the first little hiccups at the beginning, it's been a pretty clean race after that.
You are definitely correct about that, as we are going to see the leaders dive into the pits. Herman, Thomas, and Gaspar dive in to get their services done, and that's going to turn the lead over to standing in that Santa Claus number 82 Chevy Camaro. With Brad Kirby sitting in that P2 position, and Gary Donaldson up 15 positions as of right now until he makes his scheduled pit stop. He is running in that 3rd position with Chris Bishop right behind him in the 4th. And somebody we haven't talked about yet is old Mr. Kyle Spots. He is new to iRacing, and he is running in 5th. He has not made his scheduled pit stops yet, but here is his shout out for tonight. Good job, buddy. Finish strong. Don't give up.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of shift up on the positions as they do go through the green flag cycles on the pit stop. So it's going to be interesting. About lap 70, everything might settle back out, and you might see who's where with positioning.
Yep, because those guys with new tires are coming, and as of right now, Trey Whitehead has gotten around the 14 of Cody McKinney. So when the cycle through, then 33 is going to be your current leader. Byron Jones is another guy that we haven't talked about that much. He is running in the seventh position until he makes his scheduled pit stop. He runs well everywhere he goes. We saw him run well at the Turkey Dash. Blake Henderson makes it around the one. One's going to trail in behind him, try to catch some of that draft and try to stay out as long as possible. With only 3 sets of tires, you want them to last as long as you can and hope you don't wear them out quick.
Yeah, that's what made it the challenging part about it. You know, we didn't want them to just have it so easy.
Why you gotta make it so difficult, Jeremy?
Well, we're gonna make them earn that money.
Kyle Spots is down and away. He is back on the track. He is still showing on the lead lap, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like your Wolf Pump team from Top Esports, they are coming in to pit. Because they are all trying to get locked back up together after they got spread out pretty good.
Tower is going a little bit crazy there as everybody is pitting. And it looks like Cody McKinney has dropped down to the 4th position. I wonder if he had a little bit of trouble on his pit stop or he is pacing it out. I think he is pacing it out. He's trying to save fuel, save tires, and he wants to be there at the end. So he has dropped back just a little bit, 2.2 seconds behind the leader. With Brad Herman, him and Patrick Gaspar have caught the 33, and it looks like they're going to try to take over the lead as they go 4 wide.
Woo!
Going into 3, here we go. 3 wide into turn 3. Coming out of 4, still 3 wide. 33 backs out just a little bit, dives behind the 85, going to use his draft. And coming into turn 1, they are still 2 wide. The 85 is on the outside. He is going to be able to use that momentum and the draft from the 33, pushing him to nose out in front of Gaspar. But here we go. What a nice battle for the lead. Still side by side, going into turn 3, door to door.
And that was close.
You are not kidding, as they got a lap car to deal with. Alistair Kirk, he dives on the apron to let the leaders by. They are still door to door coming to turn 1.
And you said it's 33.
Right
yeah, you said it's 33 at Whitehead. He's kind of easing out of it. He don't want to be nowhere near if wreck happens.
Here comes the 18. The 18 is a lap down car, but it looks like he's got some fresh rubber underneath him, and he wants to get one of those laps back, so he is going to challenge these leaders as they are still side by side for the last 3 laps.
And one of the Lowen Toyotas has moved up to the P4 position, De La Rosa. He is running a pretty consistent, solid race.
We are 3 wide right now as the 18 dives down to the bottom. He is able to get his lap back. And it looks like the 1 is going to take a 3 wide too to get his lap back also. Byron Jones made a nice clean pass to get his lap back and get back on the lead lap. And our leaders are still side by side as they come back into turn 1. 85 is backed out of it just a little bit, trying to save what he has. But the 33 is still right there with them.
Yeah, these 3 right here, the way they're racing, that's pretty good. And you've got Brock sitting back in P4. So if 4, 5, and 6 can get worked up together, you might be interested to see if the Whitehead brothers start working together.
Absolutely, as we are going side by side again. 85 dove it down to the apron. He put Gaspar on the top, and he wanted the bottom lane, but Gaspar is still able to maintain that lead on the backstretch using that Highline's momentum.
Yeah, these two right here are showing how well they can drive. They went 2 and 3 wide, 1 or 2 laps constantly. So, I mean, if they continue like this right here, I say we're going to have one hell of a finish coming across as we hit lap 140.
I would love to see, I wish it was the last lap right now, because that would be a photo finish right there as the 85 tucks back in line behind Patrick Gaspar, and he's going to try that low line again. Here he goes. Does he have the momentum? He noses it out, and he's able to take that lap.
You know who's enjoying this right now? And that is Trey. You know, he's sitting in the P3 position. He's watching these guys battle it out, burning up their tires. And he's just chilling back there waiting to see if one of them's going to make a mistake.
'85 was able to take that lap away from Patrick Gaspar as Gaspar dives behind him, utilizing the draft. Coming into turn 1 at 33 is still right there. He's not pushing any issues. Like you said, he is just awaiting his time. Back here in the 4th position, you got Kernathan and Brock Whitehead. They are trying to utilize that draft to catch up to these leaders. Now with the leaders battling it out, they were able to close the gap just a little bit.
Yeah, they're right there about 3 seconds behind them. So, I mean, it's staying pretty consistent run.
And looking at the tower here, it looks like Cody McKinney, our former leader, has dropped back to the 8th position as of right now. He is showing 7 seconds back. So he is back there just saving his tires, saving his fuel. Not really losing time, but not gaining any time either.
No, you kind of just want to chill. I mean, you've got about 60 laps to go. You know, you've got at least 2 more pit stops, possibly 3.
I know one person that is been begging for a caution, and that is Crayford. Crayford driving that 77, sitting back in the 15th position. He is the first car a lap down, so he is just waiting for something to happen. He just went a lap down, but he looks like he is on fresher tires than the 33.
Yeah, as your Wolf Pump team has kind of got spread out a little bit. They ain't able to run real tight together how they've been wanting. So that may be their weakness, is they've got them spread out instead of being able to work together.
And we see Blake Henderson now being shown the... Oh, I'm sorry. He's not the first car on a lap down. That would be the 77 made the pass around Henderson. So Crayford is going to be shown first car a lap down now. Still a lot of racing to go. We're looking at 55 laps still, 56 laps. So anything can still happen. Everybody's still running in the race.
Yeah, that's one good thing. I mean, you got a few that's a few laps down and such, but I mean, anything really can change. And you know, somebody we hadn't really spoke much of is Stan Carthenow. And we've got Brad Herman who has picked up the lead.
Yeah, Patrick Gaspar has lost a lot of ground. I think he burned up his stuff a little bit too quickly. As Herman, you know, he's just riding it out. Still with the 33 in tow. He is about a half a second back. But, you know, even battling, it looks like his car is still pretty strong. And I think he's going to save what he has.
Well, we put it on fixed setup, so everybody's car is the same. They got the same setup running. The only thing they can really change is the steering ratio. So, other than your other obstacles out in the track, to the cars, it's going to come down to a driving. You know, who's good at driving, who's good at conserving, and that's what it's really going to come down to.
And I think that's what these three, Dylan Thomas, Brock Whitehead, and De La Rosa, is doing. I think they're conserving what they have. They're not too far back. They're still within striking distance, you know, of the leaders. So I think they're just hanging back, running together. They're not really battling each other. So I look for these three to be up towards the front here shortly.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, a team that wasn't here tonight that wanted to be, but they was in the playoffs, was the Lunatic Racing, which they was there for our Dash for Cash, or our Turkey Dash, but they unfortunately wasn't able to get in with this one. I talked with Martin Sports earlier, and he said, you know, scheduling conflict. I was like, hey, I understand, man, get a playoff win. So we're going to pull for them out there. Hopefully they're doing good. Is they missing a good race here, though.
Yeah, one that I hate to see was not able to join was old Dustin Holland Ass. You know, we see him, you know, put on a great show every race that we call for the HTL. You know, would have loved to see him out here battling for the lead with, you know, Brad Herman, you know, Kernathan and Gaspar and everybody else. You know, I think he would have done pretty well. So sad to see that he wasn't able to make it. So somebody else has a chance to win.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, as you've got your top five hadn't really changed too much.
And we have some pit road takers right now. Patrick Gaspar has elected to pit now. Interesting call. You know, about 50 laps to go.
Yeah, right
Can you
about
post
at
your
it.
tires that far without losing too much ground?
Yeah, that tower's just shifting around so much as everybody's going through these green flag pit stops.
That was a very interesting call. He took a gas and go. So he's saving what he has for later. As we're going to see him go one lap down sitting in the 9th position. So this is a very interesting call. He takes a gas and go. Gets back out there. They're going to have to make one more pit stop after this. So he's saving that last set of tires.
Yeah, and the longer stand stays out, the more cars are going a lap down. As you see, the pit strategy may have worked for your Wolf Pump team there, as they're dominating the 2nd through 5th position. So
Yeah, I am glad with.
Go ahead, Richard. It's clear my throat there.
I was about to say you kind of sounded kind of muffled, But yeah, I was riding around with the 18. Man, that's a sharp looking car. I love how he's got the black and green, Wolf Pump paint scheme on it. Definitely fits that ride pretty well. And that is Levi McCartney.
Yeah, Levi McCartney. And his teammates he's got right there, they all running kind of the same car, different color schemes. You're riding, seeing the 23 of Trevor, the 1 of Byron Jones, and the 77 of Seven Crawford.
No, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 are all the same team.
They did, though, take a late pit stop. So they are able, they're still, their last one was at lap 68, so.
As we see Kernathan, he stops in for his scheduled pit stop. It looks like he took 4 tires and a tank of go-go juice. And I hope he did not speed because he is sitting there for a little while.
Well, as they cycle through it, that's going to put you Brad Herman and Trey Whitehead and Patrick Gaspar back up in your 1, 2, and 3.
And it looks like he is down and away. Hopefully he did not get a penalty as he was going in the pits. That would be a heartbreaker because he was putting on a dang good show up here at the front. But like you said, Herman and Whitehead take over the lead with Gaspar in third. Cody McKinney looks like he has made it back up to that 6th position. We saw him in the lead a little while ago, and I think he is going to be definitely playing it on strategy.
Yeah, and Trey Whitehead, he's just kind of just chilled out. Him, Brad Herman, and Patrick Gaspars. They know they've got a long race to go. It's only 40 laps, but if you're out of tires, it's a long 40 laps.
Yeah, you definitely got that right. Long 40 laps.
Oh,
And
we've got
there
a caution.
is caution. Cody McKinney. And the 11. Oh, my goodness.
We'll go back on that and see if we can tell what happened.
Looks like the 11 of Hunter Whitlock. And I definitely hear the chat blowing up. See if I can get a better view of this. Looks like the 14 was going to go to the outside of the 11. 11 pushes up and gets into the 14. And all chaos breaks it.
Yeah, that may have been a little miscommunication there, as it looked like 11 was going to go high to let them get by, and they both may have went high, so.
Yeah, definitely could have been a little bit of a miscommunication. Hopefully, with that being said, they still have fast repairs. Hopefully, they didn't use them up. The 14 is definitely not out of it. He can go in and get his hot rod repaired as long as he didn't have to be towed. If he had to be towed, that would be devastating because he was running so well. But this is interesting. So You just pitted. What do you do?
Well, I tell you right now what we're going to do is, since we finally got a caution, we're going to take a quick commercial for Martin, some of their schemes and stuff that they offer.
What's playing?
I'm definitely going to check some of their stuff out.
Sorry about that, Jeremy. Instead of hydrate, I had to go dehydrate.
Understandable. Well, Hunt driving the 11, Hunter Whitlock out there saying he feels like crap. Don't beat yourself up over it. You ain't Jesse Smollett, so it'll be all right. That was a good one too, wasn't it there, Richard?
Is number one, always number one.
No, we never claimed to be politically correct here.
Yeah, definitely not. Some channels we watch what we say, but our channel, it's fair game. As we see Trey riding inside of the pace truck.
Yeah, it looks like those lights are off, so we're going to go by green this time. When we do, we're going to have 38 to go, so I'm just curious to see who's saved tires, who hasn't, because it's pretty much be your last pit stop if you pitted on this go around, and it looks like a lot of them didn't. The only one in most recent pit's going to be Seven Crawford, and he went in on lap 100. And that looks like that was probably a gas and go. He was only in there for about 5.5 seconds, so...
Yeah, the same with Patrick Gaspar. We saw him go in at lap, 91, and he took a gas and go. Still, he's on a different strategy. I want to see how this strategy plays out. Sitting in that second position, I heard somebody in the chat ask others if anybody else was out of tires. So somebody is out of tires.
Probably the whole race is almost out of tires, and we said it like that for a reason.
You will not get unlimited from here.
All right, we're about to go green. And there it is, green flag. 33 gets a pretty good jump on Patrick Gaspar, but Patrick Gaspar is going to get a pretty good push from the 03 right behind him.
Yeah, that was... Patrick wasn't sleeping on that one.
Absolutely not. And look what we have up towards the front. We have a couple Toyotas. It's been mostly a Ford and Chevy show, but the Toyotas have come to play, folks.
Yeah, you've got Levi and Nathan both, and they've worked it up, and Levi's got Trevor up there with him, one of his teammates, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can start working together.
As Patrick Gaspar was able to take the lead, but you got the 03.
03 got into the back quarter panel of Gaspar, was able to control it. That could have been a bad one for the top 5-10 right there running together.
Oh, the 03 is blinking in and out, but they are 3 wide. Patrick Gaspar on that outside lane, he has lost a couple positions to the inside lanes. Ooh, a car dives down to the apron. I'm not sure exactly who that was.
I believe it was Brad Herman.
Yeah, he looks like he is off the pace just a little bit.
Well, they got 35 laps to go. I mean, they're going to start getting a little bit aggressive, and we've told them to, you know, be easy on the aggressiveness.
And we have a new leader, and that is the 23 of Trevor Zelensky.
And
Zelensky.
yeah, and he's got his teammate Levi McCartney right there behind him.
The only Toyota right now in the top 5. Running in the second position. They are nose to tail with, look who wanted to join the front pack is Randy Henshaw running in that third position. With Cody McKinney, who was just involved in that little incident there. He was able to get his hot rod fixed, and he is back out on the track sitting in fourth.
Yeah, you
Now
got Alistair Kirk up in the mix here. Because he is setting 1 lap down, 2 laps down, but he is running right there with the leader. So if he was on the lead lap, he'd be showing a pretty good performance.
He would have beamed himself right up to 5th position. As we see the 03 get by Alistair, and the 1 of Byron Jones, he is coming up to the 6th position.
And I talked with their spotter a little bit before the race, and they've actually got 2 of them here. It's covering 5 cars right now, so I'm pretty sure he's got his hand full right now, but he's probably smiling as he's got 3 of his 5 up in the top 10 right now. Well, 4 of the 5.
Yeah, and Big Time 77 said Trey is number 2, a steaming number 2. Laughing my ass off. That is pretty funny. And it looks like these two nose to tail up here at the front. McCarty and Zelensky. I hope I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm not. They have checked out to 1.5 seconds ahead of Henshaw and McKinney. Now, those two are going to probably link up and try to catch the 2 leaders.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. You getting Henshaw and McKinney together, and then you've got Trevor and Levi together. They're going to be trying to track them down, because right now Byron Jones, he's going to be helping McKinney and Henshaw, so he can possibly catch up with his other two teammates that's up there in 1 and 2.
Now, Trey Whitehead and Patrick Gaspar, now they did not elect to pit. They did not take tires. So they probably still have another set left. If a caution comes out, they are sitting nice and pretty because they will have the freshest set of tires while everybody else is probably out. As we see him battling with, he's got the brothers. He's dealing with the brothers. He's got the 33 in front of him, and he's battling side by side with the 31 of Brock Whitehead. He's going to let the 31 pass on the bottom, but he's going to fight right back on the inside coming into turn 3.
And you got another one from Wolf Pumps that has moved up into it with 7. So right now you've got Wolf Pumps dominating his 1, 2, and 3.
And look who has moved up into the 3rd position. Oh yeah, you usually talk about him. My bad. Sometimes I'm a little slow. I'm like, oh no.
So Dylan in the 03 is kind of a lone man up there amongst the front.
Oh, he keeps on flashing in and out on my screen.
Yeah, it's
Did
got
they
to be a little
battle it?
bit scary with 26 to go, and you're running that close of a race, and the car in front of you starts blinking.
And Randy has got his hands full of that 77 of Crawford. 3 on the outside, 77 on the inside. Both trying to track down the 03. And these two leaders here of Zelensky and McCarty, they have opened up the gap to 3 seconds away from Jones in that third position.
Yeah, and it looks like they may have one more pit stop to take, so it's going to be interesting how this is all going to play out. They've been averaging about 30 to 35 laps of pit stops, so
It looks like look who has come into the pits. That is going to be Patrick Gaspar. He has come in, took his tires, and he is back out, showing now 1 lap down. He could come out the leader win. Everybody else makes their pit stop.
yeah. I'm pretty sure Gaspar, I'm pretty sure he's got Nick spotting for him as well as Nick spotting for Cody and Randy also. So Nick's got his hands pretty full in that.
Oh yeah, I've heard Nick spot, and he's one of the best spotters. I mean, you know a car's outside. He'd be like outside, 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 outside.
That he does do.
He's one of the best spotters that I know of so far. Oh no, you spotted for me. You know, I can't put him up top. You know, y'all are right there about the same. I have not ran into anybody with y'all spotting for me.
You're not getting a raise.
Damn it.
'Cause you got Whitehead brothers, they're going into the pits, and it's looking like everybody's starting to take their fuel pit. It looks like there might be a couple that still have some tires to put on.
Yeah, and our leaders are now coming in.
Well, this right here is where it's coming into to see if Patrick's strategy worked out. Where somebody else who's making his move back on is going to be Brad Herman. He's got back on the lead lap, which his last pit was at 1:15, so he should be pretty good to go the rest of the way.
And right now we have a new leader. That was Randy Henshaw. He is down and away along with Cody Kinney in second place. He has still 4 tires left. Randy, it looks like he took a gas and go, and he is going to be showing 13 seconds out, or 14 seconds away from second place, but that gap is closing quickly as he's coming back down.
Oh, is it looking like that? He may have got a pit road penalty for speeding.
Ooh. And that is going to cycle Dylan Thomas to the lead in the 03 Chevrolet Camaro, with Nathan De La Rosa in second place in his number 61 Toyota.
You got Dylan now, so he's got La Rosa up there with him, but behind them two, you've got the team of Trevor and Levi both.
Yeah, you got Trevor, you got Levi, you got Stan, Byron Jones, Cody McKinney, and Patrick Gaspar. that is going to be your top 8 with Crawford in 9th and Chris Bishop in 10th. And it looks like Zelensky is closing that gap really quick on Dylan Thomas. I mean, he wasn't there and now he's there. He's playing peekaboo with the back bumper of Thomas, but he was able to get around. He's going to throw a block on the 18, try to separate him a little bit. 18 goes on the outside, now he goes on the inside. He's going to do what he can to get around.
Yeah, he was trying to hold him off, and Thomas has not pitted recently, I don't believe. I'm looking right. Yeah, he pitted on lap 119.
And I think I'm getting word that Randy Henshaw ran out of fuel, or somebody ran out of fuel. Yeah. Randy, get a black flag for speeding. Ran out of fuel, and yes. All right, looking at the ticker here, it looks like we have some people closing in real fast, quick, and in a hurry. Looks like Crawford, looks like Bishop, looks like Gaspar. They all took their tires, and they are trying to close down on these leaders. But with 15 to go, can you make up 3 seconds? McKinney coming real fast. He is now up to the 4th position. He still had a set of tires left. He is now 2.5 seconds back. He has 15 to go. He may be able to do it.
Yeah, and you got Gaspar back there with them, so Gaspar's looking to get hooked up with them, and them boys head up to the front. But right now, 14 to go, it looks like it's going to be a Wolf Pumps 1, 2, 3 as they are running with Trevor Levi and Byron Jones.
Cody McKinney is hot on Jones's tail. He has the draft. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what he does to get around Jones, knowing that his teammates are in front and they want to try to pull a 1, 2, 3. It's going to be definitely interesting to see.
What's going to be real interesting now is some of this bumping and stuff they've been doing. Is the 3 gets loose. So I don't know if he's going to be able to hold it. It looks like he's able to hold it, but took some significant damage on that. And it looks like his tires made us be completely shot.
That's real upsetting to see. Randy Henshaw running, he was running really well. Cody McKinney, 12 laps to go. He is using the draft of Jones to track down these leaders. He is now within 1.8 seconds of the leaders.
It's going to be interesting, though, after the race is over with, to see who is sitting at the lowest incident points after we've seen quite a few.
Oh, as I just watched the 14 bobble on the apron just a little bit, but did not hurt his speed.
So we got Brad Herman. He's worked his way back up to P8.
Patrick Gaspar worked his way back up to 7th. And we saw this battle earlier, the 85 and the 86 side by side when they were battling for the lead. So we might see a little bit of battle going on again.
You know what? If Byron Jones finishes in the top 3, he will have 2 consecutive top 3 finishes running in SBRN hosted events.
Yeah, so he's got pretty good pretty good odds of running with us. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed watching him and Dustin Hall battle it out at our Turkey Dash. That was definitely one of the best battles I have seen. As we have Byron Jones catching up to Blake Henderson. Looked like he didn't know which way Blake was going to go.
And you know what? You're looking at that. You're seeing that Jones and McKinney are less than a second and a half behind McCartney and Salenzi.
They are definitely catching the leaders little by little, but with 7 laps to go, will they have enough time to catch the leaders? He is 1.2 seconds away from second place. Don't know if they're going to have the time. They're not making up the speed that they need to actually catch the leaders. 1 second behind second place, Cody McKinney could bring home a top 2 finish with 6 laps to go. Ooh, as his car gets a little bit tight, he goes up towards the wall and almost brushes it, but able to stay off of it.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. Trevor is not wanting. He is not wanting a caution anywhere behind him.
No, and I think these two, I think Jones and McKinney have the freshest tires out of the top 4. They have almost caught. They're within 1.2 seconds with 5 to go of McCartney. Could McCartney hold them off? I don't know. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens when they catch him.
Yeah, and they ain't closing the gap on them. They're actually losing some time on them, so it's...
Let's ride back here with Byron Jones. Jones utilizing that low line. Cody McKinney utilizing that draft. Yeah, you are absolutely right. They are actually losing time to the leaders. With 4 to go, now 3 to go as they cross the start-finish line. Are we going to see a team 1, 2, 3 finish, or are we going to see Cody McKinney upset that 1, 2, 3 finish? Only time will tell. With 3 laps to go, coming around the turn 3 into turn 4 to the start-finish line, 2 to go.
Yeah, this is where the battle is fixing to come to. As Trevor is pretty much broke away from Levi. It's looking like this is going to be a Trevor race right now.
Yeah, he has 0.6 seconds on this second place car, and the biggest battle on the track right now is for that 3rd position. Does Cody McKinney have anything for the 1 car as they take the white flag? Here we go. I think I see a Randy Henshaw coming in the picture. Will his teammate block for him and slow the 1 down? We shall see what happens. Randy Henshaw goes down to the bottom. Gibson, the bottom lane. Does not slow him down. Oh, McKinney spins him. In the grass he goes. He was able to maintain the 3rd place position. What a finish. Got to go back and look at that.
We is definitely going to go back on that, and then we will put it on Trevor and let him take his burnout laps.
Definitely got to go see that. That was a pretty awesome finish.
That was. I've got to give that credit. That was good. It looked like the Wolf Pumps right then just took the 1, 2, 3.
Great job by them.
And there he is.
Definitely a good performance by these three. Looks like they're
I'm personally gonna see if I can track where they're at down. Oh, they made the way over here. Well, they took the 1, 2, 3. So we are gonna just jump up here with them in the interview and just let them celebrate for a minute. All right. Well, I ain't gonna ask who wants to go first since all three of y'all got the 1, 2, 3. Man, what was y'all's plan? How'd y'all do it?
Oh,
Top
man.
esports, baby.
Of course, man. I mean, I think Trevor should be the one that tells us our plan.
I really don't know what the plan was. I just followed what Levi told me to do.
It was honestly, the way that the race, at the beginning I was kind of like questioning the tire sets that we had, but it made us think of a really good strategy, and then we pulled it off. It was really good. That first, I think it was like 65 laps we ran on our original set of tires, and then from there it was just go hard until the end and draft with each other as much as we could, and it turned out really good for us. I'm proud of these guys. That was fun.
Well, you had a little rough start there, Levi. You got caught up in some wrecks. Byron
No, I have
did
a
too.
0x. No wrecks.
Yeah.
I
No
think
wrecks.
we all had 0x.
One of y'all got
Yeah.
caught up in it. I'm not for sure which one
That
it
was
was.
Brad. That was Brad Kirby, I
Brad.
think.
Y'all all looked
Yeah.
the same. I think y'all had that plan.
Yeah, it was we came up with it about half an hour before the race there, and we executed it to perfection. It was fun.
Yeah, that was obviously something different for us. At the end, I saw the 14 coming in, and I thought, man, obviously I had the block. I didn't think the block was going to send me through the grass originally. I thought he had it, but I would just put full throttle in the grass, pull down my inner link clean. That was probably the highlight of the race for me.
Well, you got them by 9/10 or 9,000ths of a second through the grass, so that was pretty impressive on that.
At the end of the day, it's what we all had to do. We had the same plan. Obviously, the one guy that fell off of us was 7, but he was still able to get 6. So we were looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But Brad found an early exit, so we tried going 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 was just too shy.
Well, this here is going to make it interesting as we will get in touch with y'all after this and get everything dispersed out to y'all. But in the incident, I did say the lowest incident points was going to be in the thing for Martin Sports, and we have got Trevor had 0 incident points, Levi 0, Trey, Brad was also 0, along with Gary Donaldson and Justin Rutkowski, which Justin and Gary, well, Justin didn't finish. So we've got about 6 names. Everybody hang tight. I may have to post it tomorrow on it, but I guess we will have to kind of do a spin-off on those 6 right there to see who's going to get it. I would say we would do it now, but I'm not for sure how long it would take to get it set up. So, but we are holding it, and we will get y'all the money to y'all. Any shout outs y'all want to give before we call it for the night?
Oh man, I mean, I guess I'll take on mine. I got obviously Jumping Design was the ones that created all of our cars. A good company there that I've been starting up very slowly. Been having a good amount though, but yeah, that one, and then obviously Beef Jerky, Top Esports. I mean, this one was possible without James. He sort of paid for us. Said, hey, go at it. You know what? Maybe we walk away with something, and all 3 of us were definitely able to do that. And then, God, Wolf Bumps being able to help us out, Grand Construction. I have no clue what Fire Trevor has though.
Yeah, pretty much all those guys made it possible for us. I would throw Fairfield Motorsports, Fairfield Auto Group in there as well, and I thank you guys for putting on this was honestly the first cast race that I've done, and it was a blast, so thank you guys for putting it on.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Byron too for the paint scheme, everyone over there at Top Esports Wolf Pumps, and everyone over here at Trevor's Lesney Racing for all their support and growing channel.
Well, all right, I reckon.
Well, we definitely appreciated you coming by.
Yeah, we didn't get the 30
Tell Top
enough
Esports
to,
thank you.
yeah, we didn't get the 30 entered to give away the random button box, so we think we had a pretty clean racing, as we may possibly try to do it again here in the near future, just to keep following. Oh, so Richard, I'm gonna let you close it out tonight.
Well, on behalf of the SBRN, we want to thank everybody that joined us for this race. We definitely thank y'all for tuning in, racing a clean race, giving us good battles on the track. We hope y'all join us for our next event. I'm pretty sure we will be putting on another event, and you see what kind of events that we put on. So definitely come back, and in the near future, if we can get enough people, I'm gonna put that button box up. So yeah, y'all come back. We definitely enjoyed it. Congratulations on winning the pots. Stay in the chat so so you can see who wins the mystery package from Martin Sports, and we will catch y'all later.